Hi, you guys. I've been itching to post this video all weekend because I feel like what I have to say somebody could benefit from. I've given it a lot of thought. Through the years, I've made myself really kind of blocked off from social media. I've had like irrational fears of not sharing my life on social media, but this year I'm making a commitment to myself and my mental health and my self-care. And something that recently came up, I was recently diagnosed with persistent depressive disorder. I know, daunting. Hi, I'm Crazy. Hi, my name is Crazy. That's me. Yeah. I kind of always knew that something was off, but I never really saw myself as being depressed because I'm able to function. I can take care of my family. I can go to work. It's not like I would lay around all day and like not shower. Some of my symptoms I started noticing after I had my daughter. And there are times where I'm full of energy and feel like I can tackle the world and do anything. I run errands and cook and do so much in a day. And then there's other days where I felt myself kind of slowing down. Very low energy, very irritable. I wouldn't be able to give my daughter the attention that she needed. I would preoccupy myself with like housework and chores and stuff, until I started realizing like something's wrong, something's not okay. And a few months ago, there was a day where I could not stop crying. I don't know why. I could not stop crying. I would open my mouth and I would just cry and cry and cry. So that's when I decided to seek help. Like, something's up and I need to talk to someone about it. I've done therapy in the past, but I never stayed consistent with it. But because I'm a mom and I want to be a wife, I know that this is something that I needed to pay attention to so that I could be my best self moving forward, right? I noticed myself when I would run errands with Alana. If anybody knows, when you're running errands with a 2-year-old, it's very distracting. So certain days I could handle it all well, and then there's other days that I would just struggle. I would be short-tempered and have difficulty concentrating to the point where I would make really silly decisions, whether it's money or drive to the other side of town unnecessarily just because I'm just stressed and high anxiety and racing thoughts and just cannot get out of my own way. So receiving the diagnosis was daunting at first, but it was bittersweet because I could finally put a name to what's been happening through the years. Like my fluctuation in mood, and where they asked me, has it ever been 2 months in your life where you've been happy? And I said no. Like, what? Does that happen to people, like where they're just happy? Sorry, I'm sweating, I'm a little nervous, but I'm in here. So it was daunting because knowing that I would probably have to go to therapy and take medication for the rest of my life is scary. And I've never been for medication. I've never entertained it. But knowing my diagnosis, it needs to be treated with medication. So I did start on a medication about a month and a half ago, on an antidepressant. Very low dose, and I was just to the point where I just said I need to try something because this can't be right. Like, I'm struggling, and my priority is to be a good mother and a good wife, and a good nurse. And sometimes you have to pause for a second and reevaluate yourself and figure out what's going on with you, so that you could be your best at what you want to do. So that's why it was important for me to seek the help that I desperately needed. So far so good on the medication. I do think that they're helping. I just recently had my first depressive episode last week since I've been on the antidepressants. So with the antidepressants, the episodes are still gonna come, but they're not gonna be as strong as they were in the past without medication. At least that's the goal. So with this previous episode, I noticed that it did still come. It did still come with a wave of anxiety. Usually I get super anxious and I'm like racing thoughts all over the place and worrying about things that I shouldn't be worried about prematurely. And then I just go down. I described it in one of my posts like the shadows coming over me. That's how it feels. And I can feel it right away. And sometimes I try to work out, but with my little one, I can't maintain a consistent working out schedule. So I just try the best that I can. The most important thing for me is recognizing, like, okay, I feel it coming on. What can I do to make this episode go smoother? This one in particularly, because I'm learning about myself, right? I decided I'm not going to put all of the pressures that we usually do as mothers, as far as like, okay, I gotta cook dinner, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. This time, Anthony's on board now. I'm like, okay, this is the real. Like, you either gonna have to work with me and bear with me because I'm figuring it out myself, or, like, we're gonna have to make this work. So, if it means that I have to call in dinner because I just can't get myself up and get the energy to cook, then that's what I have to do. And that's what I did. And it went much smoother. And I think it's just because I just let go of the pressures that I feel as a wife and a mom. Is like, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to make sure that my house is spick and span when I don't have the energy for it. I'm not going to put everything on myself. So it's important to like know yourself, know your limits, know your boundaries, and get some help. Our people, brown and black people, we just do not believe in therapy. It's just like not for us. Well, yes it is. And we're all walking around in denial. Oh, I'm not crazy, okay, you stay your non-crazy behind over there. And I'm gonna be over here. Because I know I'm crazy. Certified, okay? Clinically diagnosed. That's me. No, but I'm letting go of the shame. And I don't want to live with a label. Like, I'm not just my diagnosis, and I'm not just a mom, and I'm not just a nurse. I'm a lot of things. And I don't know, I want to just be a positive influence in my daughter's life. She's the most important thing to me. So in realizing that something's going on with me and going to get the help for me, hopefully I will get rid of, some of the negative behaviors, some of our negative learned behavior that we just grow up with and don't know any better. And some things such as childhood trauma, unresolved childhood trauma, which I know is the case for me, is what can trigger feelings of depression and anxiety, and I want to be better for her. So it's important when you reach a certain point in adulthood to really take a look at yourself and what's going on around you, and pull your village together and ask for support, and don't be apologetic when you need to say, I need a break and I need help. I need everyone to come together and help me be my best self. If you guys have friends and you notice that they're struggling, offer help, offer to take the kids for a little while, offer to bring dinner. It's not easy. I've talked to my fiance about when I'm having low energy, it's not that I want to get away from my motherly duties, because that's important and I love taking care of my daughter, but on days where I'm depressed and have no motivation and have very low energy, I need him to be there as my support system and not to shame me and not to, make me feel already guilty than I already feel for myself. Like, I already have the thoughts of like, oh wow, you're really slacking as a mom today. Wow, that's what you're gonna feed her? Oh, good job today, mother of the year. Yeah, I know, we all deal with it. It's like you have to be this perfect mom and make dinner from scratch. Who got time for all that? I'm busy, okay? So you have to understand yourself. Right now, what works best for us as a family is I work part-time and Anthony brings home the money full-time. Love that man. But that's what works for us in our family dynamic. I have more time to take care of my family and myself and my daughter and the household duties and everything. And that works best for us. So I'm not chasing after him to clean because I'm home. So that's taken away a lot of arguments for us. But I just want to inspire my people to be better. Don't surround yourself with people to tell you that they're not crazy and that's just how they are. You take it or leave it. Well, leave it. You don't need to be around toxic people, okay? Leave that shit over there. Maintain your boundaries, know yourself, do your research, utilize your resources. CHR is right there. I brought my ass to CHR like, I need some help. Okay? There's help. There's acupuncture. There's a gym there at CHR. Hello. Medication. My mother used to suffer from depression and she used to have migraines too while I was growing up. And she never entertained medication either. And I kind of wish that she had because maybe we would still have a relationship right now. I mean, who knows? But that's why I'm taking the step that I have to be the best mom that I can to my little one. And I want to motivate us all, to keep pushing forward. It's okay if you struggle. It's okay if you have days that, you're slowing down on productivity. The most important thing is to get back up and keep pushing. And you're not alone. Here I am in my natural self. I don't have that many glamorous things to tell you about my life. It's just the real. I've been itching to post this. I just healed from a little cold sore. Yeah, I got cold sores too. Isn't that cute? Yeah, God was like, oh, you think you're pretty here? Let me see how you gonna handle that. This is how I know my meds are working because I would not be telling you guys that. But this is the real. I can't be phony. Keep it 100 always. Alana, we taught Alana that. Well, I don't know. But she'd be like, Mama, keep it 100 always. I'd be like, that's right, honey. So I'm keeping it 100. Bye. Love you guys. Stay strong.